before you get carried away mounting your engine to the chassis, make sure the engine mount fits the frame properly. In this example, we're going to use the rear engine mount of a CR125 to inspect the frame. And you'll notice on this particular chassis, there's a little bit of a weld that sticks up. A lot of the engine mounts, they're designed to have a little bit of a relief to clear. So before you just start grinding away on the mount, you want to make sure that maybe you could just take a little bit off the chassis, taking a little bit off the weld, but try not to get into the actual tubing material. And what you're looking for is you do not want the mount to rock on anything. You don't want it to rock or wobble. So if you set it in an area where there is no weld, it should be nice and firm. That's going to be a good foundation for your mount. The other thing you need to look out for, if your engine mount has a cross tube like this one, many chassis have a cross tube running in this general area. Before, again, just mounting your mount to the chassis, look at everything. Sometimes these cross tubes are the same diameter as the frame rails, and the cross tube will hit and it will not allow the engine to sit flush on the frame rails. So in these situations, what you'll need to do is you'll need to grind the bottom part in the area where it's hitting the frame rail. So try to get a better view here. In this area, you'll want to grind it as minimal as possible. You don't want to take a bunch of material away, but you also want to make sure that when you make adjustments, it's not going to hit in the future. And the other thing to look for is get rid of the engine mount for a moment. If your chassis has this style engine stop, we always recommend that you use an engine stop. On the higher horsepower chassis, the engine will scoot back if you don't use one. But as you notice, this one is rounded. What we like to do is we like to grind the round part so it's more of a flat surface. This gives it a better surface to hit the back of the engine mount. So you want a nice flat surface on the engine mount so it butts up. This rounded surface, what's going to happen, you're going to have this rounded surface smashing the back of the engine mount, and eventually this area actually collapses or breaks off.